Hello, welcome back to Motherhood by me. Happy New Year and all of that good stuff. I feel like I've been gone for years, even though I've only been doing YouTube for like a month. But I just wanted to get back into it. Really gonna try to upload 1 to 3 times a week, depending on how busy I am. I want to do on Mondays, do like something money related, money focused. And then Wednesdays, maybe like child related, kid related. And then Friday will be kind of whatever, could be a vlog, could be cooking, cleaning, whatever. I want to be a little bit flexible, not like too fixed. So and I'm hoping to stick to a schedule because I know I have not really been sticking to a schedule. I've just been doing whatever, but now we're trying to get organized, trying to get. So I don't want to waste too much of your time. I'm just going to try and get into it. And yeah, this video is about how I paid off just over £11,000 of debt. It did take me 2 years, which some people can say it was a little bit long, but you know, I had other things to deal with, but I'm so happy. Okay, so I'm not really going to get into detail as to why I accumulated this amount of debt. It's kind of personal. It's not that personal, but I don't really want to like get into too much detail, but I would just call it a project. So I accumulated all of this money to fund this project that I was trying to do. I took different loans at different times. I didn't take them all at the same time. So the first one was pounds to pockets, and this was for 1,700 I think, and I was paying back £193 a month over 17 months. So there was 17 repayments, and it was very high interest because my credit score is better now, but then this was in 2018, October 2018. My credit score was just most likely the worst it's ever been, and since then I've been slowly but surely trying to get it back up and improve it. So that's why the interest rate is ridiculous. I honestly strongly advise people to not go this route, but as I said, I needed the money. If I didn't need the money, I wouldn't have taken it. So I was at this point spiraling out of control with money. I was just losing my mind. So I got an overdraft. I thought I wouldn't use all of my overdraft, but I ended up using all of my £1,500 overdraft. And luckily the first 6 months I didn't have to like start repaying it, but after a while, like it was just depressing to look in your account and you're always drowning in an overdraft. So I contacted the bank and set up an arrangement to start paying £100 to reduce my overdraft by £100 every month. So that was in March of 2019 when I started doing that. The overdraft was 1,500, so it took me 15 installments. So by June of 2020, I finally paid it off, and it felt so good to look in my account and know that all that money was mine, or was ours, like my husband and I. It felt good. Like, it was so annoying to see your account constantly in minus, but you know what? I didn't stress about it, didn't worry about it. I knew that I was paying it off. At this point, I started to really feel the effect of my writing off my debts. It started to feel like, okay, there's a little bit more flexibility with money around. And then that same month I paid off my third loan, which was Loans for You. I think this was probably the last loan I ever got. I got this loan in January 2019 and I paid it off in June 2020. This one was also very high interest because if your credit score is bad, companies don't want to touch you. Like, a lot of companies rejected me, and the ones that did accept me was a very crazy, disgusting high interest, but that is to protect their own company. In case you fail to pay, they've already overcharged you basically. And I knew what I was getting myself into, but like I've said, I needed the money. Determination overrode my logical thinking, I guess. So I had to pay this every week. It was only £19 a week, but it was annoying. Like, every Friday when I would get paid, I would have £19 taken off every single Friday, and so that was about £80 a month, or every 4 weeks. And I had 78 installments to pay, so just a year, almost a year and a half. So this was also paid off in June. So in June I paid off about £180. So in total, including the other loan, the 3 loans, I was £380 better off. I was on maternity and my income was already low, but that it was sort of balancing out, so we were not struggling, and I'm so grateful to God for that. Like I said, these loans were staggered, but this other loan, I got it from a credit union. I like to call it community bank, but it's really a credit union. There's actually a long story behind this credit union, but it's a crazy, infuriating, frustrating story. Basically, cutting the story short, they didn't want to give me a loan. They made me go through some stuff, like making me travel all the way to where they were based, get permission from work, and I had to spend my own money to travel. And they said no based on, so basically they said to me, okay, take this form, go away and fill it in and email it to us. And their decision was based on that form. Now the reason why I got upset was because they didn't have to make me miss work. They didn't make me miss work, but they didn't have to meet me or anything like that. They could have just simply told me to fill in that form before they met me to analyze my finances first, instead of making me travel. But anyway, I just expressed that to them, and eventually I guess they agreed to give me the loan, but it wasn't the amount that I wanted. I actually wanted a lump sum. If they'd given me this lump sum, I would have only had one debt as opposed to having to get multiple debts, because who wants too many little debts? I just wanted that one loan, but they didn't let me have it. So anyway, I'm still grateful that they gave me 1,700. I actually wanted a loan of £5,000 to do it in one go, and they gave me 1,700. I was still very grateful because there was a lot of back and forth. However, so I was meant to pay it off this year, 2021, in April. However, in November 2020, a lady messaged me. I think they were just checking up on their customers, and she asked how I was doing and all that stuff. And I just decided to ask her what my balance was left. The union works is I owed them £90 a month, and on top of that I was required, it was mandatory to pay £18 a month with them, so that's why I was 108. So at the end of your payment, once you finish paying all your repayments, you get your money back. So obviously £18 a month over 30 months is like, I don't know, I haven't done the maths, but pounds, maybe like 500 or somewhere like that, somewhere there, you get that money back. The reason why they do it is obviously an insurance, like for themselves if you fail to pay, but also I like to call it community bank because that money that you're saving with them, they use it to lend to other people. But anyway, the lady was like, oh, you've got about £400 saved with us, or £500, and your balance is £208. So if you want, we can cancel your balance with your savings and you get the rest back. And I ended up getting £200 back. I didn't even know about it, and that was so good. So I'm not a financial advisor, but if you're looking to borrow money, I would look for credit union, especially the fact that they say you save money with them. So after you finish paying, you actually get money. That one I finished paying off in November 2020, just 2 months ago. This other one is a council. Basically, I was overpaid by the council for housing benefit when I was on maternity with my first son. My husband was not living in the same country as me at the time, so it was just me and my son, and I was on maternity, so we all know maternity income is rubbish. But obviously I left the country to go, so when my son was 3 months old, I went for 3 months to my country in Zambia to stay with my husband and all that stuff. But I didn't know that if you leave the country for more than 4 weeks, or is it 7 weeks? I think it's more than 4 weeks. If you're receiving help from the government, they're only meant to help you for 4 weeks when you're out of the country. Beyond 4 weeks, they shouldn't be helping you. I didn't know this, and long story short, there was an overpayment, which they wrote me a letter saying I owed £2,197. You know, it just kept coming my way, but you know, I just said, you know what, I'll handle it, we'll deal with it. There's no point of stressing. One thing I've learned is just not to stress. There's no point. So in March of 2019, I had to call them. I called them on the phone to arrange a repayment plan, and it was basically £100 a month. I mean, the first installment was £97 because it was 2197 that I owed, and then £100 a month after that. And I never missed a payment, and I finally paid it off. Well, actually, I thought December was my last payment until I rang them to clarify, and they told me that January is when is my last installment, which I don't mind. So technically I've not finished paying it, but it's literally, this is the thing, on the 25th, and I finally paid it off. So to me, in my mind, it's already done, it's already paid off, not concerned about it. And that's how I paid off my debt. I didn't really use any special tactics to pay off my debt. I just made sure not to miss any payment. Pretty much how I paid off my debts. Now, I still have a few things to sort out financially. Don't mind the background noise as usual. I do have a few things to sort out financially, including my student loan. I am on a journey of being completely debt free, and like I've said, I'm not stressed about it, I'm not worried about it. So these debts, when you add them up, the monthly payments I was making was £581 a month, and that's now better off. You know, I'm able to now invest in some stuff, save money, and just, you know, just generally less stress. That's pretty much it for this video. Now, before I go, there's this little I think it's a phrase or a quote that I heard from somewhere. So basically, when you're young, you've got time and you've got energy, but you don't have money. And when you're like middle-aged, you've got energy, you've got money, but you don't have time. And then when you're old, you've got time, you've got money, but you don't have energy. So it's kind of like, I just find it a little bit funny. So basically, I'm just saying, anybody who's under the age of 21 who's watching this video, my best advice to you is just do your research. Even if you're as young as 16, I'm not saying go crazy about it. Once in a while, just don't shut yourself off to things like, you know, tax, saving, investing, especially like 16, 17, 18, 19. Just do a little light research. You know, talk to any people in your community that are knowledgeable about it. So by the time you're 18, 19, 20, you don't want to be stuck in overdrafts, credit cards, credit scores. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about that in my future video. But for this video, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one, and feel free to comment down below. Bye.